Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In Isaiah chapter 14, the Lord shows his people that there was going to be a time in which they would taunt the king of Babylon, or they would taunt Babylon in general, and say how the oppressor has ceased and how fury has ceased. The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked, the scepter of rulers. And then it goes on from there. Sheol from beneath is excited over you to meet you when you come. It arouses for you the spirits of the dead, all the leaders of the earth. It raises all the kings of the nations from their thrones. They will all respond and say to you, even you have been made weak as we. You have become like us. Just a little sample of this taunt that God's people would be able to say over Babylon, their oppressors. And there's going to be a time of release and freedom, and a time in which the tables would turn and Israel would have the upper hand over their oppressors. And of course, that would be a time of joy and great satisfaction to know that these Babylonians who had been oppressing them for so long are now done away with. Babylon would be destroyed, never to be rebuilt again. And they would see the end of that great oppression that they experienced. And as we reflect on that, we can also reflect on the fact that we ourselves one day will experience something similar to this. Because as we are living in this world, and as we are living in these bodies, we have a lot of enemies that oppress us, or at least attempt to oppress us. We could think about the world system around us that tries to sway us and move us away from the ways of God. We could also think about Satan, the well-known passage from Ephesians chapter 6 that says that we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the principalities, the world forces of darkness in the heavenly places. You know, one day those also will be destroyed. We read about that in the book of Revelation, that one day that Satan and all those connected to him, all those spiritual beings, will one day be cast into the lake of fire. And then even our own bodies that work against the law of the Lord, the law of our members that works against the law that is spiritual, will one day be transformed and transformed into spiritual bodies and bodies that are in compliance with the will of God. And all these things that work against us, the world, Satan, the flesh, all these things that try to oppress us, and we could even throw in their sin, which is really connected to all these different things. They try to master us, try to keep us from the ways of the Lord, from living the type of life that we would like to live before God. One day, all these enemies will be cast out, and we too will be able to rejoice over our oppressors and be able to say, you know what? Finally, we have freedom. Finally, we have victory over those that had oppressed us and tried to keep us in captivity. And we will be able to experience the freedom, the victory that is in Christ throughout eternity. And it's going to be a joyous occasion. So as we read Isaiah chapter 14 and we read about this taunt that the people of God would have over Babylon, we could say, you know, one day we'll be able to say something similar to this. We'll be able to say something similar to this over the world, over Satan, over the flesh, over all those opposing forces that tried to keep us from fulfilling the will of God. And now we can just serve the Lord, worship the Lord without restraint, without oppression, without anyone trying to suppress us in that desire, and being able to just follow the Lord all the days of our life, worshiping him and praising him in his very presence. And it's going to be a wonderful day. So let's reflect on that and think about that as we read Isaiah chapter 14. And with that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.